Hello, kindred spirits. We have the new moon solar eclipse in Leo just around the corner. And we also have the Perseid Meteor Shower the same time. And the six planet parade. So that will make for some interesting energies. The planets are Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So those will all be visible, I think the morning of the 12th. So I devised a pretty specific reading just for these energies. But first, what I did was a sort of pre-reading before I started recording. And what I came up with was the Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Those came out. And also the Boundaries card from the Sacred Symbols deck and the High Priestess card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. I just want to talk about those for a little bit before we get into the questions here. So with these three, to me, these cards are just kind of touching on the base energy. It's just like that dynamic balance between the past or like childhood memories, nostalgia, that kind of energy, and manifesting the new, right? So that's what we get with solar eclipses. Things fade away, and new moon in general. So things fade away, new things begin. But so I kind of just took that as like basically integrating what's staying and with the new beginning, or reconciling the past with what's to come. But what I found most interesting were these two cards because this is your protective energy, right? This is kind of like what you allow access to you and your mind, right? Now that could be anything outside of yourself, other people, things you choose to consume as far as entertainment, foods, everything, right? What kind of boundaries will you put in place? What will you do to protect yourself? And then combined with the High Priestess, your mystic energy, accessing the Akashic records, you know, that psychic energy, the subconscious, intuition. That these cards, I believe, are the tools that you need in tandem. They need to work together to move forward. This is how you, moving forward, these two kinds of energies are what are going to propel you. They work together, right? You don't want to be fully open. You don't want to leave yourself fully open, tapping into the psychic energies. You leave yourself up to, or you leave yourself susceptible to psychic attacks, either from negative spirits or from other people, right? So that's where your boundaries come in place. That's what I thought was so cool, how these cards came out together, because it's important that the more you delve into your mystic power, the more you need to boundary up, protect yourself, protect your energy, right? So I thought that was pretty interesting. So when we get into all these questions in regards to the new moon solar eclipse in Leo, just keep these kinds of themes in mind, right? Integrating the past with the future or what's to come. Mystic power paired with protection, right? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take these off of here. Remember, Leo, that sun energy has to do with ego. So a lot of these, well, all of these questions are through the lens of ego, right? So we have the new moon solar eclipse, what's fading away, what's to come in regards to your ego, your pride, validation, fears, insecurities, right? I do want to do my throat chakra singing bowl here. I usually just do the 3 taps because the microphone picks it up better, but figure if I hold it. So let's take a sip of tea. Okay. Okay. New moon solar eclipse in Leo, just around the corner. So we're going to do a 5-card spread, or 5 questions, I should say, because usually I have clarifying cards. But card number 1, I'm calling the solar corona. What is being eclipsed? Basically, what part of your ego, your pride, or your need for validation is currently fading away? Remember, this is that Leo energy, the ego. So for the collective, what is being eclipsed? What part of your ego, your pride, validation is currently fading away? This is, if this was just new moon reading, this would be what needs, or what is being released, right? But we're doing it a little bit differently with the solar eclipse in Leo, new moon in Leo. The 4 of Cups. Okay. So far, that is sometimes apathy, not accepting what is being presented to you, right? Or boredom or stagnation. Just that, but the thing is, you have to figure out if you don't want anything to do with this because you're just not feeling it, it's not resonating with you, or if you're just going through a sort of apathy energy period where you're just kind of down, right? So as far as what is currently fading away in your ego, maybe this is kind of like you feeling like you're too good for certain things, right? Do you think that you're too good for certain things that are being presented to you? Or perhaps you're just too proud to want anything to do with certain things, right? So maybe this is what's fading away. We can delve into that a little bit more here. So the next question is the path of totality. This is where you get your sudden shift. So what faded, rapid change or sudden truth are you being forced to face right now? So this would be the energy of when the sun is totally eclipsed. So spirit for the collective, what faded rapid change or sudden truth are you being forced to face right now? Two of Swords. So some kind of mental back and forth, not being able to choose between two things, not being able to choose between two perspectives, two thought processes, indecision. So this sudden truth of you need to decide. Something needs to be chosen. The next question, this is where I threw in the meteor shower energy. It's called the Perseid Flash. This is the cosmic download, right? Like what sudden intuitive breakthrough or idea is hitting you right now? I'll take the top one. That's too many. There's a whole chunk there, so I'm still going to draw an official card here. What sudden intuitive download, my goodness, I'm just all over the place. What sudden intuitive breakthrough or idea is hitting you right now? So this cosmic download energy from the meteor shower. So we have the Magician. And the Strength card. So maybe this is coming to the realization that you have this immense inner strength, or perhaps that you need to tap into your inner strength in order to manifest what you want. Or perhaps you have everything that you need. You have the strength. You have the tools you need to manifest, to get what you want, to pursue your desires. So this is your cosmic download, intuitive breakthrough, right? This is your aha moment. You're getting that strength and the ability to do what you want, the ability to manifest your desires, and tapping into your own inner strength, thanks to the Perseid Meteor Shower. So question number 4, we're calling the shadow work. What to face in the dark? What underlying fear or insecurity have you been behind? My goodness. What underlying fear or insecurity have you been hiding behind a brave face? Right? Everything looks fine on the surface, but behind closed doors, you have these fears or insecurities that bother you or that are a problem. Eight of Wands. So this is that alignment energy. All the things are lining up. Everything's changing quickly because of this alignment. Things are coming together, happening very quickly. So as for shadow work, maybe this is your fear. You have this fear that things are not going to work out or they're not going to be aligned for you. Your fear is that these wands will be scattered in every which direction. Insecure about insecure about what's not working in your favor. Or perhaps that you can't make these things happen, right? Maybe this is your fears and insecurities. Are you feeling like you can't get this perfect alignment? It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get so many things to come together. Question number 5. Now this is the emergence. Stepping into your true light. How can you step back into your authentic power and sovereignty as the light returns? Remember, through the lens of the solar eclipse. The new moon in Leo. Ego. How can you step back into your authentic power? I've been seeing so much about everyone wanting to finally just be themselves, right? They don't want to put a mask on. They're tired of it. Too many, sorry. How can you step back into your authentic power and sovereignty as the light returns? Five of Wands. Edit that out. So 5 of Wands. This is that competition energy, or infighting, or arguing amongst your peers. A battle of wits, right? So how can you step back into your authentic power? It's not staying quiet, right? You might have to stand up for yourself or somebody else, stand up for what you believe in. You might have to just show up. Take up space, right? That doesn't mean you go out there and pick a fight. That's not what this is meaning here. It just means wands are fire energy, right? That is your ego, that is your will. This is your power. This is your power. And when your power bumps up against other people's power, it tends to create arguments and competition, right? But that doesn't mean you hide. Don't hide. Don't stay quiet. Take up space. Speak on what you believe in. Do the things you want to do. And if it rubs people the wrong way, well, that's too bad, right? That is you being authentically you. When you're quiet, not saying that there's something wrong with quiet people. What I'm saying is when you keep your mouth shut, when you really want to speak up, when you want to express yourself, but instead you hide. That's you being inauthentic, or you put on a different face or a mask depending on who you're around, right? This is you bumping up against other people because that's your power coming out. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull a symbol card and angels and ancestors oracle for each question as well. So let's go back to what is being eclipsed. This is what part of your ego, pride, or need for validation is currently fading away. So we got the Four of Cups. This is, maybe that is the prideful energy. You were too proud to accept certain things. Felt like you were too good for certain things. Or kind of like through the lens of needing validation. No, I don't accept that because it doesn't validate me. See, it sounds like it goes against this Five of Wands energy, but there's a balance, right? Showing up and being authentically you does not require that you get validation in every single instance, in every single interaction with everybody. The only validation that you need is from yourself. Lucky. My goodness. I'm getting this card a lot recently. So Four of Cups with lucky. It could be just like this lucky energy that is just going to help you let this fade away. Or perhaps if you feel like, oh, I'm never lucky, you know, I never get a chance to do certain things or whatever, that needs to be let go too, right? Why don't I ever win anything? Why doesn't this ever happen for me? So that energy for some of you is fading away as well. Oh, let's just do this. Let's go ahead and do the angels and ancestors for that question as well. Broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. So this is, things might be boring, right? With like, especially like with the Four of Cups, that can be boring energy, right? But maybe it's boring because it's peaceful. Maybe it seems boring because it's peaceful. A lot of people mistake nothing's going on. Well, so, there's some people out there that are thankful that nothing is going on. You know what I mean? So embrace the energy of peace. You don't need to worry about fighting Okay, so let's go back to the Path of Totality, the sudden shift. What faded rapid change or sudden truth are you being forced to face right now? So we got that Two of Swords, the indecision, the back and forth in your mind. transformation. So, Two of Swords with transformation. You're going to see that transformation once you choose or decide. That's where you're going to transform. That's where you're going to see, right? Or this transformation, if this is the truth, a truth that you need to face, is that you are in the process of this transformation. I had a little recording issue, and I was continuing the reading without it being recorded. Thankfully, I only got 2 more cards going before I realized, but I drew the Direction Guardian card to go with question number 2, the Path of Totality, the sudden shift, rapid change, truth, and that seems to be right on par with these other 2 cards. You have the decision to make, the choice to make, the path to choose in order to transform your life, transform your path. I don't know if you could hear that. That was my dog making a grunting noise. But yeah, so very fitting there. Choose your path, make a decision, and you will see the transformation. And then the other card was the knowledge card so far for the third question, the Perseid Flash, the cosmic download, the sudden intuitive breakthrough or idea, right? Could just be indicating this is the piece of knowledge that you needed, paired with your inner strength to be able to do what you want to do. So maybe you were missing a piece of information, and maybe you just got it, or maybe you will get it. Very fitting for cosmic download energy, right? This is the piece of knowledge that you needed. And then just you being able to see your inner strength. Perhaps you weren't able to see it before or tap into it. You have the knowledge and strength to do what you want to do. Guardian angel, you are not alone. So, this just makes it even juicier, right? So this is for this cosmic download, this Perseid Flash, right? This is the energy you're getting from the meteor shower. The sudden realization that the piece of information that you need, being able to see your inner strength, and the knowing that you have your guides, your guardian angels, having your back. Sometimes just knowing that gives you the inner strength to be able to move forward, right? I love it. So let's go back to question number 4. The shadow work. What to face in the dark? What underlying fear or insecurity have you been hiding behind a brave face? We got the 8 of Wands. This fear of not coming into alignment. This insecurity that you can't make things happen for yourself. You can't get things to align. Fire. I love it. This is that fire energy. This is your power, right? So the shadow work is in needing to see. It could be you needing to take back your power, right? Your inner fire. Because you need to see that you are capable of making things happen for yourself. You are capable of this alignment. You are capable of creating change in your life, right? That's the shadow work. Maybe outwardly you have everyone convinced of your confidence, right? And maybe you're not so confident behind the scenes. Maybe these are your fears. I'm not capable. Yeah, you are. You just need to see it. That's the shadow work you need to work on. Now I'm extra paranoid that my camera is malfunctioning again. So let's get another card here. The Angels and Ancestors Oracle to go with the shadow work. Shaolin Master, be graceful in movement and action. So that just means no knee-jerk actions, right, or reactions. No reckless, don't just dive into something head first. This is careful and considerate. This is kind of like Knight of Pentacles energy, right? Be graceful in movement and action. Yeah, embrace your own inner power. But another part of that is doing so without creating chaos. Okay, let's go back to the Emergence, stepping into your true light. How can you step back into your authentic power and sovereignty? This is the light returning as the solar eclipse finishes. We got the 5 of Wands. This is more fire energy, right? That's you showing your true self. And if you bump up against others because of it, so be it. That's better than staying quiet when you really want to speak up. That's better than hiding behind a mask. There's the power. There's the power card. Perfect. How can you step back into your authentic power? You just do it. You realize that you are sovereign. There's nobody like you, and that's okay. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Don't hide behind a mask that's like somebody else, right? That's taking your power back. Maybe somebody made you feel like you should keep your mouth shut, or you shouldn't show your true colors. Animal guardian, trust your instincts. Oops. So along with taking your power back, you also need to be able to trust yourself, right? Trust your instincts. Here, I'll just do this. That's more of the solar plexus energy center. That's the power. The animal instinct, that's your gut, right? Trust your gut. Whoever made you feel small or made you feel stupid, take your power back from them. Learn to trust yourself. Somebody or somebody's made you not trust yourself, right? Okay, I'm just going to probably pull a few charms and we'll probably wrap it up after that. Get a few charms for this new moon solar eclipse in Leo energy. Oh, and not to mention the Perseid meteor shower and the 6th planet alignment. Okay, got quite a few here. Let's see here. We got a compass. So choosing paths, choosing a direction in your life, right? That goes with this one here. We got an elephant, a dolphin, a mushroom, a little angel, Neptune, that's gonna work or not. Neptune, and a turtle. So we have this gentle giant energy, this strength, but also gentleness. Elephants are also family oriented. This dolphin who are great communicators. They're very intelligent, right? They're also playful. Little mushroom to represent transformation and growth and adaptability. We have Neptune, that's your spirituality. A little angel, I just look at this as a guardian angel. And the turtle, more water energy and transformation. The slow and gentle pace, right? The Shaolin Master energy, the Knight of Pentacles energy, slow and steady, right? Okay, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope it was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.